Hello, my friends. How are you? It's Rachel. I went to make an ephemera holder for all of my Christmas ephemera, mainly printable stuff that I print out to keep in one spot. And y'all know I have been loving making these. I will have those videos linked down below. I might make a playlist of all of them too. So yeah. So let's look at one that I've got some paint on. I think this was the first one I made. I don't know. So here we go. This one I used double-sided paper on. Got this idea from Roxy's, I think it was a weekly challenge video she did. So I will have her channel linked down below. But this one is for like all my plant stuff. And so you can see I have a ton of room in here. I started cutting some stuff out to put in here. And then I have just absolutely tons of room to add some things. Got a tag in the back here so I don't lose it. I made a giant one, which I don't want to pull that one out yet. But I made a Halloween one too. And yeah, so I want to do one for Christmas because it's so much nicer to have like everything in one little book that you can flip through, especially for Halloween when I was doing that October and doing like the daily prompts. So okay, I've also been using these baskets. Let me see if there's a tag on them. Basket. That's all it says. They're kind of these flat ones. I've been using these to like stage like my projects when I start pulling things for them, because I don't have my Christmas stuff pulled yet, you guys. Like I'm recording this November the 4th. I think last year I started Christmas crafting in the middle of October, and it was just too early for me. Like that's too early. It's too early. But anyway, okay, so this is the book that I pulled, and so it's got this gorgeous green cover. Don't worry, of course I will be using that somewhere else. This is what the inside looks like too. Oh, so pretty. I've used tons of pages out of this, tons of pages, and I'm not going to be throwing these away. They'll be just used eventually, but since I'm getting down to just a few pages left, I want to repurpose this book. So this is the book. Let's get the jacket off so we can look at it again. There we go. And so yeah, so what I pulled was this gorgeous poinsettia fabric. I've had this for I don't know how long. I think I made a like quilty wall hanging thing. I think this is like, I've had this for like 15 years, you guys. 15 years. This is my last chunk of it. My last chunk. It's so pretty. So this is what's going to be my fabric for the outside here. Isn't that gorgeous? And then I'll probably do either some lace or some rickrack down here. Not sure yet. And I pulled out this red. I planned, that's covering cat hair, of course. I planned on doing a bunch of scrunchies last year, and I just kind of ran out of time. So I think this is a yard or two of just red cotton. So that will be for the inside in here. So I'm planning on doing a hidden spine like I did for the first two. And I figured I wouldn't have enough of this, and I really don't think I will. So that will be the inside. Got my vellum pulled out, so I know where it is for it. And this is the paper pad I'm thinking about using, and I wanted to look at it again because I don't think it's not super stiff cardstock, and some of it is just kind of like these papers I'm not going to use for anything else because it's so big. So I just kind of wanted to use up some of those, but I don't know. It's just not super heavy duty cardstock. So we'll see. I mean, like it says cardstock, but it's not. This pad's from Paper Studio from Hobby Lobby. And so too, I will have to double up pages again. Kind of like what I did in the tall one, because these pages are, yeah, bigger than 6 inches. So we'll have to double up pages to make them a little longer. So that's kind of why I wanted to just use up this pad as many as I could from here, because I have a lot of doubles of them. I think this was a 3 for, and yeah, just use up as much as I can. So that's the plan. I got some more 1/8 inch score tape, or 1/8 inch like double-sided tape. I will try to remember to have that linked down in the description box. But yeah, so I've got my desk garland up, which feels so weird. I don't know. I'm just not ready. I'm not ready for Christmas crafting. I'm just not this year. I don't know why. I'm excited for Christmas because I just am, but I'm just not ready for Christmas crafting yet. And I'm hoping getting everything out and looking at it gets me in the holiday mood. I've been listening to some Christmas jazz, lo-fi, but anyway, so I'm going to get busy working on this over the next kind of several days. I'm about a week and a half out from my carpal tunnel surgery on my right, and still have to get my stitches out, and so I'm just kind of going to take my time making stuff and not rush anything like I normally do around the holidays, and just, if it gets done, it gets done, Hopefully I'll have this out before Christmas, but yeah, I'm going to get to work on this and come back to show you it all when I'm done. Okay, friends, so the first thing I'm going to do is get the rest of the pages out of this book. I'm using a little razor blade thing, and definitely be careful when you're doing this, because I did go through the spine, and since I added fabric to the outside and inside, I didn't reinforce it. But if you cut through it and you need to, definitely reinforce it with something. So I've got a little piece of cardboard cut for the hidden spine part, and so I'm just adding some tacky glue to it, and I'm going to add it to the piece of fabric there that will be the inside of the hidden spine part. So I'm just going to add that to there. I like to do this like pretty close to when I start, so that by the time I'm ready for it, it's dry. So just like the other ephemera books that I've made, I will have those linked down below. This one is bigger, right? So scrapbook paper is 12 by 12, and it's just not enough folded in half to be big enough for that book. So I had to use 2 pieces of 12 by 12 paper, and I kind of folded one over, I think at like 7 or 8 inches, and then cut another panel. And then I'm using this double-sided tape to attach the pages together. And I think in the video that Rachel from Roxy Creations did, she kind of explains it a little better, but you just need to figure out how big you need your pages to be, and then do a fold of maybe 2 or 3 inches, and then cut the other page to be the exact size of the page you need. And so I added 2 of those double-sided tape strips to those, because I did the fold so big, and I think it worked out okay. And then so now I'm cutting all of my vellum that I'll be using for the pockets. And so I cut them down to, I cut them a little bit smaller than the page width, just a tiny little bit there. I think it's maybe a quarter. less than a quarter probably inch. And then I did 2 inches high. I think 2 inches high is a really good height for smaller size ephemera. I found in the Halloween one that I cut them too small, so the strips of words just kind of flapped around. So 2 inches I think is a perfect height. And then I have 3 inch high pockets. So I decided to do this one a little bit different. And I will show you when I go to start putting the vellum pockets on the pages what I did. But I'm just going to finish getting this cut. I usually will get either vellum from Hobby Lobby when it's on sale, or Michael's vellum. This is some of Michael's vellum, and I absolutely love it. So now I'm taking the 1/8 inch score tape, which is like double-sided tape basically, and lining the 3 sides of the vellum to make the pockets. This, I think, is the absolute most worst part of this. It's so tedious putting all of the vellum on there. And so I usually take a couple days to do this. And I'm still recovering from surgery. Like, you can kind of see the bruises on my arms from the IVs and stuff. So this took me days and days to make because I could only do so much at a time anyway. Okay, so on the first page, I did the 3 pockets. And like I said, these are 2 inches by just a little bit less width of my page. I'm not giving you the total width of my page and height because that's all going to depend on what size book you use. Just make sure all of your pages fit inside the book. Okay, so I think I sewed this in before I finished putting in the pockets. I can't remember. But I will show you eventually how on the other side, on the right side pages, I did a 3-inch pocket at the bottom and then 1 2-inch pocket at the top. And I filled this book up, you guys. I filled it up. So I don't know if I should have done so many 3-inch pockets, but I have a lot of bigger stuff too. So now I'm showing you how I do 3-hole pamphlet stitch with this, and I'm punching the holes. I just eyeballed one in the middle and about an inch, inch and a half from the top and bottom. And I don't know if they were completely even, but you know what? They were close enough. They were close enough. So basically with this, you are sewing your signature to the cardboard piece you glued onto the fabric, right? And the fabric will be glued to the book spine. So normally with the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, like when you're doing it into the spine, you start from the inside. But with this, you can start from the outside of it, and then your tie is glued into the book, which I kind of like that, so the strings aren't hanging out. And yeah, so I just got that done. I've got a little Altoid tin that I keep all of my supplies for sewing in the signatures. And yeah, so I've got most of the vellum pockets in there, but I wanted to go ahead and get that glued in the book. So I'm just using tacky glue for this. You can use fabric tack. You can use, you know, whatever you want. It really is up to you. I don't know. I've never tried this with just Mod Podge. I don't know if it would work well or not, but I like tacky glue because it's just super sticky. And so yeah, I just added the tacky glue in the middle, put in that cardboard piece, and I actually put it in a little too far down, so my pages are just a little bit below the book. And I didn't realize it till after, but it works out okay. It's just like barely there. And I let that sit overnight to dry because I want it completely dry, because when I would let it go, it would start pulling up the glue. It just needed time to sit and dry. And so here is the next day, and I'm adding in some ribbon on the inside just to be a little festive and cute. And let's see. It's yeah, okay. So I couldn't remember what I did next. So I'm going to add the fabric to the outside. And I mixed up some Elmer's glue and some water in a reusable ketchup bottle thing. We found that one at Dollar Tree. Walmart has some too if you can't find them at Dollar Tree, because I found them at a different Dollar Tree. I don't know. And I'm using a foam brush to put the glue on and spread it around. And then I did a layer. I put too much glue on here, so I had to scrape some off. A layer of glue on top of the fabric too. And just make sure everything is pushed down. If you have any like indents on the side, make sure those are pushed in okay as well. And I let that dry for a while, and then I added in some more ribbon to the front to make it pretty as well. I think I found that at Joann Fabrics. I love poinsettia stuff. It's just so pretty. And yeah, let that dry. So now I'm going to decorate the inside and cover and the back inside cover as well. I pulled out my scraps and some of the little papers from Temu, some doilies, some die cuts. I just wanted to to decorate it. And then after I did the inside cover, I'm like, I gotta do the back. And I'm like, ugh. And then I didn't like the back inside cover as much. But I still think it looked kind of cute. And I've been trying to use the Dollar Tree heart doilies that I got in other things too, not just on Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? I want to make sure I'm using those. So yeah, that's all I'm basically doing here is just decorating. I've seen some people put like more paper on the inside too, covers too, and I decided not to, since it was already kind of Christmassy, since this was a Christmas music hymn book, not a hymn book, but just like a Christmas book. Okay, so now I'm adding in all of my ephemera, and like it was a mess. I had so much printed out from last year. And I really didn't realize, not just last year, but I really didn't realize how much I had printed out. And then that I had printed out also for this year. Like all of those sentiments, I decided to add into some small glassine bags, because once I cut them out, I knew they would fly out all over. And I'm just going to keep adding stuff. I had that little bowl just full of small things I had cut out, because I was doing Tracie Fox's Love Junk Journals, her advent tags, and she had some freebies with them too, and there was just a lot of small pieces I had in there. I also did some of Kara Brandon's tags last year. Oh, Tracie Fox came out with the advent tags this year. It looks absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning. I have it in my cart on Etsy. I can't decide if I'm up for doing it this year or not. I honestly don't know, because I'm almost a month out from the carpal tunnel on my right hand, and like I had surgery on my shoulder in June this year, so I've had 2 surgeries. I mean, that surgery was in July. I don't know why I keep saying June, but so I'm just kind of trying to not push it, but like this is the time of year where I absolutely love Christmas crafting. I love doing all of this, so I decided not to do December daily this year, but I still want to work in my journal. It's just I have to pick either crafting or editing videos, and I would rather craft and do like these voiceover things, which makes it a lot easier on editing for me because it's being on the computer, you know, that causes a lot of discomfort still, and I have to basically keep my hand good for work, but I'm going to come back and show you everything in a second. Okay, I am done with it. I love it. I love how it turned out. It's so cute. So I couldn't decide what ribbon to put on the outside, and I had this poinsettia ribbon from Joann Fabrics from last year, so I used that on the front and back. And I could not decide if I wanted to put something over here, and I don't think I will, but I got glue on it, of course. I ended up mixing some Elmer's glue and water, you know, to make my own Mod Podge in a like disposable ketchup bottle thing, and oh, it was so much easier to use and to put on the book instead of dipping in the Mod Podge container. So yeah, pick those up if you deal with Mod Podge like that. I got those from Walmart, and I finally found them at Dollar Tree because I was looking at Dollar Tree first for them, but let's take a look at this. So first, before we start looking, I have printables in here from last year. Some of them are from Tracie Fox Creative Love Junk Journals from the Tag Challenges. Some are from Kara Brandon. I think it's Kara Brandon Creations. I think it's her channel. I think there's some from Roxy Creations. There may be some from Tina, it's Shabby Dabby Doodah. And my printables, my Christmas printables are cut out in here, which there's a link down in the description. And I still have these from J. Lilo. I still have to print out a kit from Bontic Vintage Designs as well. So not all of them are in here. And I don't have links for all of them. The ones from last year and stuff, I won't have links from. But you can check out the shop names that I just mentioned, because some are from kits. So that's that. So let's flip through it. So I was going to leave the nameplate open and put my name on it, but I really wanted to decorate it. And I think it looks cute. This is... this first page, I'm going to leave for some die cuts. So when I did the Noel, I did a couple extra of those. And then of the Peace and Wish, those are Tim Holtz ones. So I want to do some more die cuts, get those ready, but I'm not sure which ones yet. So I left that kind of open. This thing, okay, so I did the 4 pages. And it's almost full, so I'm starting to think maybe I should have done a little more. I'm not sure. I didn't want to load it down like I did the Halloween one. So, and then all these small little sentiments from, I think those are J. Lilo ones, I put in little glassine bags because once those are cut out and moving around, they're gonna go all over. So yeah. Honeybee is silly. Okay, so here's all my little Christmas pictures, and I kind of like having the 3, I don't think I discussed it beforehand, but I did 3 2-inch vellum pieces on the side, a 3-inch vellum piece on the bottom right, a 2-inch at the top here, and because I wanted more bigger spaces, and I'm glad I did that because I definitely used it. So stuff's sliding around just a little bit. So like whenever I see that start happening, I kind of shift some things around in the pocket. And then if it keeps doing that a lot, I may move them around. But yeah, oh my gosh. I just love these ephemera holders. They're so much fun to make. And then putting all your ephemera in is just really fun too. So this is all empty. I put these tags in here. I want to finish these tags up. These are from Tracie Fox. I want to finish those and make them for my journal this year. So I put them in here so I know where they are. And then these go with them. I haven't decided if I'm going to do Tracie's tags again this year. I've done, the first year I did them, I just did a couple and included in my journal. Last year I did all of them. This coming year, I don't know. I just don't know. And then some random ones. And then this sticker that, oh, I guess there's 2 stuck to it that I haven't put on yet. I was thinking about it and then forgot. I just thought it was really cute. I think I got that one on Temu. But yeah, I love how it turned out. Need to be careful. Flipping the pages too fast so when I don't know if they're going to move. But I love it. I'm glad I did the 2-inch pocket size on them. Like these, there's a lot of tiny ones in here. And they're like triple, doubled up, whatever. And mainly, I don't really care what's on each of them. Mainly, I'm like looking for something of a certain size to like finish something, you know. So that's why they're just kind of shoved in there the way that they are. But these are some I printed out myself. These are from Graphics Fairy that I downloaded and printed out multiples of last year so I could have. So that's what I'm saying, like check out Graphics Fairy. But yeah, I love it. I think it turned out so pretty. I'm glad I used the poinsettia fabric. It looks great. It's so much fun to put stuff in these and get them all ready. But yeah, I hope you like seeing how I made it. I have other Ephemera Book makes linked down below for you to check out if you want to see the other ones. I've done a Halloween one, 2 other small ones, and then the big boy, the large one. But yeah, so that is it. And we are ready for some Christmas crafting. We just got to get in the mood. This kind of helps seeing all my stuff. But anyway, I will see you in the next video. Bye.